Hello again, Chef Jeff. Today we are going to use an electric mixer to make a cake, cranberry ricotta cake. And I would start by saying that this electric mixer has two beaters and they look a little bit differently. There's one that has a ring on it and one that doesn't. And you line it up with according to the picture, and you snap in the one that has the ring first, and it snaps in, and then you line up the other thing with the other beater with the lines inside. There's little divots, and they both snap in. To move it around till it snaps in, and then tug on it a little bit just to make sure they're in there securely. They are. So then I will plug it in. You do this before it's plugged in. And in my bowl I have butter, my half a cup of butter. And I'm going to add my sugar and start creaming these ingredients together. I'll turn it on to medium. You always want to start your mixer on low and then move it up to a faster speed, because if you do it too quickly, you'll have your ingredients flying all over the place. So you will mix all of these ingredients, these two ingredients together. They will have it looks kind of like coarse sand. All of my ingredients are at room temperature except for my frozen cranberries. So to this, once this is all together and consistent, I will add my eggs one at a time. Drop in there. Turn this up a bit, and right now I'm incorporating air into aerating this, making little tiny air bubbles, which will give the cake a nice structure and make it nice, light, and fluffy. So you want to cream this for a good 2 or 3 minutes. Once the first egg is mixed in there, I'll add my second egg, and I've added my almond extract to my egg because it's an emulsion, and if I put it in a separate bowl, it sticks to the bowl, so I just add it in with my second egg, and I will put that in. And I will make sure this starts to make sure it's evenly distributed. You don't want chunks of butter or sugar. So I will stop my mixer now for a second. I would never put my whisk or my spatula in there while this is mixing, because it could get caught in the beater. And I'll scrape down the sides of my bowl and underneath just to make sure it's evenly distributed. Turn it on again. Give it another whip around. Now I'll add in my orange zest. My ricotta. While I'm mixing, I would say to stack the bowls that are dirty, just so cleanup is a little bit quicker. That's nicely incorporated now. I'm going to give it another, just a whisk about, and there's a little bit of orange zest that got stuck in the bowl, so I'll make sure that gets in there. Give it another little go around. Good. I'll stand my mixer up there. Now I will combine my flour with my baking powder, my baking soda. Some got stuck in there. Get in there. There we go. Those two are the leavening agents. The baking powder already has sodium bicarbonate and an acid in there, and the baking soda will react with the acidic orange zest, and I will add my salt. Those are the chemical, the baking powder, baking soda are the chemical leavening agents, which makes the when they react with heat, the baking soda and the baking powder will create a carbon dioxide gas, which will get trapped in little bubbles, which will make your cake rise and make it nice and airy. And now I'm aerating and evenly just making sure my flour is evenly distributed. And in flour there is a protein called gluten. And once you start working it with a mixer and other ingredients, you'll start to develop the protein. So this is when you don't want to overmix. When you combine the flour with this, you just want to combine it. So here you're aerating all of your flour and your leavening agents and your salt so they're evenly distributed. And you're going to mix this in. And at this stage, I will show them the button. Here's the button to eject my beaters. I'll give them a little tap with anything that's on there. Put them here for cleanup. I'll take my flour and mix this in to the wet batter. And I will fold it in. So you're going to go around the edge of the bowl and move it to the center. And then just keep working that, go around the bowl and flip your flour into your wet mix. You would not use the mixer for this because then you'll develop the protein and your in the flour, and the gluten will make it more elastic, and you don't want that kind of a texture in a cake. It just needs to be moist. When it's almost fully incorporated and evenly distributed, I will add my cranberries. There we go, I'll fold that in. Fold these in, go around, and you'll see little clumps of, you fold until you don't see any more clumps of flour or pockets of flour. And make sure you get right to the bottom. It smells great. I forgot to preheat my oven. Okay, so now I have my batter, which is a thick dough. And I have my greased pan, cake pan ready to go. I will put that in my cake pan. And with my spatula, I will just push it down so that it's nice and flat and evenly distributed in my pan. There we go. My knife. There we go. That off of that. And now I have some turbinado sugar that's really going to add a nice crunch, and it will mix, the sugar will mix with the amino acids in the batter, and it'll create the Maillard effect, where it will speed up the caramelization, or it'll have a caramelization effect and deepen the flavor of the cake and create a nice golden brown topping and a crunch with the turbinado. And I'll just sprinkle that on there, and there I have it. My sister's favorite cake that she has requested. Done. There you go. Into the oven it goes.